She is already here. Wait, we have a mic for you to put on here. So this is Laura. Laura's going to get hooked up. Yes. Thank you so much. You're good. Let me grab a sip of water.
I know. I was going to say, is your mouth dry yet?
I'm good. I have my water. So thank you so much for joining us. So if you can first tell us a little bit about yourself. Mm-hmm. And I always ask people to give us one fun fact. So.
That's right. I should have been prepared. I
know
this.
You should have.
Okay, so my name's Laura, and I'm an oncology nurse. I work in the bone marrow transplant blood cancer arena. And I have two little girls that are 6 and 8. I am married. We live here in Colorado. I came to camp as a volunteer for the medical volunteer role in a winter camp in 2017.
Oh, wow.
And with having the kids, I haven't been able to come back for camp, but I was so touched that I have stayed on as a volunteer with the medical team and on the medical review board.
I love it.
And my fun fact is that I'm double jointed and can really scare people with how far back I can bend my thumbs.
Okay, we need we need a demonstration. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
You're welcome to. All of you have seen that.
Sorry,
glad it's a podcast.
I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. Okay. So your connection, did you hear about Epic Experience through your job?
I did, yeah. Okay. So we had one of the medical volunteer recruits was working with me as well. And she got the word out. At that time, we had a really wonderful program where we did not have to use our PTO in order to volunteer, which really opened up a lot of possibility for us to be able to spend that time volunteering.
For sure.
And yeah, so I found out through work and then just was able to become part of the Epic family.
I love it. Mm-hmm. And you've continued, like you said, you volunteered back in 2017. Mm-hmm. Is that the only camp that you were volunteering?
Yes.
It is the only one.
Sadly, yes.
So, from that camp, what was your impression watching these survivors? And I don't know if it was a cancer-specific camp or if it was kind of everyone.
Yeah.
What was your impression of watching them engage in these winter activities?
It was amazing. It was just amazing to be with a group of people that have all different backgrounds, all different experiences, all different comfort levels in being open, and I really understood why they recommend that volunteers stay for the full week, because you develop such a family. And you know, for me, as a volunteer with the medical team, I got to go on all the adventures with everyone, and to see people just like glowing, doing things that they never thought was possible, that they never thought that they wanted to do, but receiving such joy from it, and being surrounded by a community that maybe they don't have at home, where they can talk with people who truly get it, and it's not one of just those thoughts and prayers. It's I've been in the mud with you. I know exactly what you're speaking about. You can be honest, you can be safe, and even not as a cancer survivor, as just someone who works in the field and tries to be the best I can be for my patients. I connected so much. It was life-changing for me.
See, that's what I'm curious. So you're not even a survivor. Did you have anyone in your life at that point who had cancer? Like, did you have any person?
Yeah, I do. Most of my family, extended family members, all of my grandparents have passed from cancer diagnoses. I'd always known that I wanted to get into oncology. So
which is where you are.
Yep, exactly.
So going to camp as a non-cancer survivor, what did you take away?
I took away so much. So I connected just talking about depression and the mental health aspects of just being a human, and then you know, and feeling in that safe space to talk about it and to share. And I felt so healed during my week, actually midweek. My husband sent an email to Mama Lou, and I didn't find out about it until the end of the week, but he messaged her to say, I cannot tell you the gift that I have seen happen in my wife. I see that her passion is back. I see that she has so much more motivation and understanding of not just life in general, but at work, you know, recognizing like the work that you do matters, and every little statement, you know, as people are going through things, just to hear it on such a different level and connect on such different levels, it was absolutely amazing.
Has it changed the way you approach your work as an oncologist.
It has.
Yeah.
Even, again, it's been 9 years since I went to camp and had that experience, but I still, every day, am able to interact with my patients and have a reminder of, like, this is not the only thing that's interesting about them.
Yeah.
Their cancer is the least interesting thing about them. Let's connect just as people, and then I just happen to be able to help with some of the medical things as well.
That's awesome. The tagline for Epic Experience is Beyond Cancer. I'm wondering how you experience that there at camp, and I don't know if you've been able to bring that at all into your work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's reminding people and reminding myself that I'm capable of so much more than I thought I was, or that we think we are. And maybe not now, but that doesn't mean no. That means just not right now.
Right.
And to not be afraid of getting out of your comfort zone and putting yourself out there. And when you get yourself surrounded by really positive people, it's amazing what you can accomplish. And the feeling that you have in that accomplishment.
You've come to the gala before.
Yes.
Do you know how many? Have you come 3 or 4 times?
This is probably my 6th.
Your 6th.
Yeah.
What brings you back each time?
It's just so fun. It's just so fun. You do all of the back end type things. I'm not as front facing in the work that I do, and to be able to gather with everyone once a year, and you have the excitement and the energy, and you hear the stories of how this organization has affected so many people in a positive way. It's just it's awesome, and it's great realizing how many resources are out there that I can bring to my patients.
I love it. Is there anything you would share, as an oncology nurse or as a volunteer who's interacted, to a cancer survivor who's in the thick of it right now? Is there anything you would share that you've learned from either your professional experience or just being as part of it?
I think it's to just be honest with yourself, how you're feeling, be honest with your care team, and maybe you don't feel that connection with everyone, but you probably have one person who you feel safe, and being honest about everything helps everyone to be better.
It's true.
It's something that I've learned, I take that with myself too, like be honest with myself, be honest with those that I love and that love me, and it helps significantly terrible things feel a little less scary because you're not holding on to that truth by yourself.
I love that. It's a perfect place to end. Well, I'm going to ask you one more question though.
Okay.
Very serious. Marshmallows over a campfire. Slow and steady or flaming crispy?
Flaming crispy.
I have another flaming
crispy.
We have 3-2 now. I love it. Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you so much.
I did forget to ask you your camp name, because I know everybody
Lala.
And why is it Lala?
Because I wasn't very good at thinking on the fly, and that's what all my nieces and nephews call me, so that's what I went with.
That works. Thank you so much. Thank you for the work you do on the medical team, and I hope you get to go to camp
right back at you
soon.
Very excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. I think we are ready for our last guest. No, wait. We have 2 more. I believe our next one is Melissa. There's Melissa right there. He's going to hook you up with the... let's see. What else can I tell you about myself since I don't... let's see. What do you guys want to know? The people who are in the room.
What has been your most favorite fun fact?
I had someone who was a donut freak and had gone to donut shops all over the country. Like, seriously, it was commitment. They named a bunch. So, thank you. All right. We have our next guest here.
Hi.
Melissa, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, I'm so glad to be here.
So first, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and include one fun fact.
Include one fun fact.
Yes.
All right, so I am Melissa, aka Doc.
And Doc because?
I am a retired chiropractor.
There you go.
So spent 20 years as a doctor, and it was the only thing that I could come up with when I got to camp.
That works. Short, easy to remember.
Yes. So I went to camp last summer in June. I am a 3-year breast cancer survivor.
Congratulations.
Currently no evidence of disease.
Awesome.
My husband and I have lived here in Colorado for almost 30 years.
Wow.
And we have a 27-year-old daughter who's studying to be an engineer.
Wow.
I don't know, fun fact, I'm a huge Twilight fan. Even almost 20 years later, I still, I love the books, not the movies.
What got you into Twilight? I have to ask.
You know, my neighbor said you have to read these books, and I read the first one and fell in love with it, and I have them all on audiobook, and I still will go back and listen here and there to the Twilight books.
That's a first. I have not had anyone tell me that they're Twilight fans.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Most of us probably won't admit it.
So that is probably true. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so I will put that out there.
I'm a huge Harry Potter fan as well.
Are you Griffith? What house?
Ravenclaw.
Okay, I am Hufflepuff.
Okay.
All right. Now that we've gotten that out of the way. Okay, so your connection to cancer is that you're a survivor. You gave us a snippet. Can you give us a little bit more of your journey? Kind of what happened, how you found out, all that.
So so when I retired from chiropractic, I started another business. I actually owned an edible cookie dough dessert shop here in Colorado for 5 years, and it was a ton of fun. COVID was a huge challenge, and I just wasn't feeling well. Like, all stress was getting to me, and we just weren't really profitable anymore. And through a lot of conversations and praying and stuff, we decided to close the business. And with my time off, I'm over 50. I'm like, well, let's just go do the things. Let's do the colonoscopy and the mammogram and
the medical things.
All the medical things, because I hadn't done any of it.
Oh gosh.
And it was just a routine mammogram. It was the first mammogram I'd ever had. It came back like, we need to check on this more. And turned out to be cancer. It was caught very early. It was just stage 1. So I was very grateful. And I said, because I was going through this feeling like a failure because the business didn't succeed, and I was having a lot of challenges with that. And as soon as I was diagnosed, all of that went away, because I knew that if I still had the business, it could have been 5 years before I went and got all of these tests, because I just didn't have time.
Perspective change.
Yes, immediate perspective change, yes.
Interesting.
So I had surgery, I did radiation. My specific treatment journey was fairly easy comparatively to a lot of other people. It's never fun, and and there's always that
what if, or when is it coming?
Yeah, and anytime I have a weird headache or a pain in my hip or something, it's, oh my gosh, has it come back? But other than that, all is good right now.
Wonderful. So how did you hear about Epic?
So I actually host my own podcast.
Oh, cool.
Where I interview cancer patients, cancer survivors, that kind of thing. And I was interviewing a guest, and she had mentioned that it was very transformative for her.
So she had gone to camp.
And she had gone to camp and checked it out, and I said, oh my gosh, I want to do this. And I applied in 2024, and I never heard anything. And then I interviewed a couple of other people who had been to camp too, including one who's now on staff. And I don't know if that's what happened, but he's like, let me see what I can do. And
connection.
And he will not admit that he had anything to do with it, but
we shall leave that. But
yes.
You got to camp. So you got to camp. So
I did get to camp. Yes.
When did you go? You went in.
I went last June.
Last June.
Yes.
What was your takeaway? What was your, without giving away any of the secrets, what was your impression?
My biggest thing, outside of just the bonding experience and meeting other survivors and getting to spend time with them, the biggest piece for me was I learned how to have fun again.
Yes.
Cancer is so serious, and we get so bogged down in treatments and doctor's appointments and just all of the of cancer. And I just got to have fun up in the mountains for a week, not worrying about anything at home, not worrying about doctor's appointments or anything, and just had a blast. Doing things that I had never done before. And loving it, and it was hilarious because a couple of the things I was really nervous. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And a couple of people were like, you can do it. You can do it. And I said, I will do it.
Yeah.
I will probably complain the whole time until I realize I'm having a great time, but I will do it. And they just kind of gently encouraged me to do the things that I was
And did you complain the whole time?
Until I started having fun, which wasn't very long.
Right, exactly. I think that was my big takeaway too, is you just get to be a kid.
Yeah.
And as
Absolutely.
adults, too often we don't do that.
Right.
And especially, like you said, cancer is serious. I mean, there are some serious things. So,
Yeah.
so here you are. This is now, what, a year later.
Pretty close, yeah.
How have you continued to stay involved with Epic Experience?
So I came home and I basically told everybody about it, what a great time I had. Probably half of the people that I talk to on my podcast, it comes up.
Epic Experience does in particular?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm usually the one who brings it up. It's like, this is such a great thing. And I connected, Colin, our executive director, with a few people. And last November, he texted me and said, let's have lunch. And he invited me to join the board. And so here I am now a brand new board member for Epic Experience. And
That's
just
awesome.
Getting to forward the mission and just help Epic any way I can to continue to do amazing things.
So your camp was just a year ago. Not
June,
even,
not even a year
Not
ago.
even a year.
Yeah, 9
so
months
this is
ago.
your first gala.
This is my first
Okay,
gala.
so what are your impressions so far?
Oh my gosh, it has been so much fun, and just the preparation and and putting it all together, and just seeing all of these people in their Western wear.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually went shopping this week
That's
for stuff, and
can't see your boots.
I borrowed my these are my daughter's cowboy boots because
I
I
love
don't
it.
have my own. And just getting to meet all of these amazing people, getting to meet the other board members, the volunteers
Right.
and the other alumni who we just see on Zoom
Right.
here and there, and all of these great guests who are here just supporting this great organization.
So the Epic Experience tagline is Beyond Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
How would you say you kind of learned that at camp and then have brought it home? How have you been living beyond cancer, I guess, ever since you came home?
Like I said before, with the fun, I'm just I'm living for today.
Yeah.
Cancer can come back at any time.
Right.
I've talked to people that it's been 5 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah.
And then recurrence happens.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to be afraid. If it comes back, it comes back.
Yeah.
But I'm going to, live every day and have as much fun as I possibly can with the time that I have.
Wonderful.
Which could be 2 years, it could be 30 years,
And we never
whatever
know.
happens, yeah.
So if someone's listening and they're considering going to camp, they're on the fence, do you have anything that you would encourage them to think about in terms of going?
Just go.
That's
I'm
it,
sure
folks. You heard it here.
Which I'm
Just
sure
go.
everybody says. Just go and let go of how you think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
These people know what they're doing. They've been doing camps for 13 years.
Yeah.
They will take care of you, and just go and have a good time. And I loved it because we were in they wouldn't even let us in the kitchen.
That's right.
You're not allowed to do anything. They cook for you, they clean up for you. Like, all you have to do is just go and enjoy yourself and spend time with other people.
I love it.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I'm going to ask you my last question, very serious, of course.
Okay.
Marshmallows over campfire, slow and steady, or flaming crispy?
No, not flaming crispy.
Wow. All right. We have a very strong slow and steady here. So I think the
I'm-
score is now 4-2.
I like it just lightly toasted.
Yeah.
So it's just soft, but it turns black and I'm
charcoal.
done. I give
Okay.
it to somebody. I give it to one of your 2s or 4s.
Yep,
Who's got the more?
There's only 2 people who absolutely want the flaming crispy. So
All right,
we'll give it to one of them.
Give it to one of them.
Okay.
I want the lightly toasted.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being on the board, for jumping in with everything and giving back.
And
We
thank
really-
you for all you are doing with this podcast. It is such a fun
And
experience.
good luck with your podcast. That's
Thank you
awesome.
very much. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right. Enjoy your first gala. Yes. So we have our last guest who is coming on right here. And I'm taking other questions from the peanut gallery. Anybody have a question? I'll answer right now. Anyone? Okay, let's see. What else can I tell you? How do I like being the voice of Epic? I have embraced it. How's that? It has become easier. All right, our final guest.
So you
Stretch.
saved the best for last.
I did.
Thank you.
Stretch and I met. Stretch. Sorry, I'm using his camp name. Denny and I met 3 years ago.
23.
Just about.
March of 23.
So before I say anything else, why don't you tell us about yourself and include one fun fact?
One fun fact. Okay. So obviously Denny Williams from just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And you do say it Louisville. Right? You mumble it.
I have been taught this, yes.
And then, so diagnosed with esophageal cancer back in January 22. Went through treatments, chemo, radiation, surgery, all the fun stuff, right?
All the fun stuff.
Came out on the good side of things, which is a blessing in itself.
Yep.
But I'll be the first to admit, stubborn male, didn't want to talk about it, didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
My beautiful wife is standing here staring at me, sat me down one day and said, "You need some help." And I didn't know where to turn, where to look.
Yeah.
And so, luckily, I was introduced to Epic Experience by one of our dear friends, Simi.
Yep.
So I say it all the time, it's her fault.
It's her fault.
I'm involved with Epic. But yeah, I went to March of 23, and it's exactly what I needed. To sit around with other cancer survivors, hear their stories, just to know that what I was feeling and dealing with, other people were too.
Yeah.
And no offense to family and friends, but they just, they
If
don't,
you haven't
they didn't
had
get
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they didn't get it. And it's exactly what I needed. And just for that 1 week coming home, changed me completely.
I want to come back to that. I'm going to
Sure.
ask you your fun fact first, and then I'm going to come back to that.
Fun fact. I guess I played college baseball at the University
awesome.
of Louisville, so I was a pitcher.
Awesome.
So that'd be my fun fact.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to come back to camp.
Yep.
At your camp, were you the only male?
There was 2 of us.
There were 2 of you.
Yes.
Do you think, in talking to him, and now that you've been more open, is it more common for men to not talk about it or not recognize that they need it?
I would say they don't recognize that they need it.
Okay.
Because again, I think we're meant to put on that toughness that, you know, you're the man, you got to be tough about it. And you got to let that go.
Yeah.
You got to open up. You do have to talk about it. You got to cry about it. Because that's the only way you're going to heal.
Right.
And like I said, I went to camp 3 years ago. I'm still healing myself.
Yeah.
This is part of the reason why I continue to do this, to tell my story.
Yeah.
It's just for that reason, because you have to talk about it. That's the only way you can continue on and move down your journey.
So would you say that during that week, that was the thing that really stuck, is you realized, I can't keep this stuff down anymore?
I've never cried as much at that camp ever in my life.
Yeah.
Red and Giddy Up were our small group leaders, and just hearing their stories and what they'd been through. So it was good to make that connection with somebody else. And even my roommate, Dakota Cartwright. He went by, what was his nickname?
Tuner.
Tuner, yes.
Tuner.
I couldn't remember for a minute. He just conversations we've had. It's nothing I ever anticipated, but it's nothing I ever got either.
Right.
And so, when you go through those moments, it helps you realize. And again, it's all about healing, and it's a way for us to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so, any male that I see is stop being stubborn. And talk to somebody about it, please.
Yeah. At your camp, were there, and full disclosure, I volunteered at Stretch's camp. But I'm wondering, did you find that there were a mix of, 2 guys and the rest women, mix of ages, mixes of cancers? Did that in any way hinder the experience, or did it add to?
I think it added to it. Because you got a little bit of everything, which is also nice. But the best part about camp is the connections you make just from the airport to camp.
Absolutely.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
And by the time you hop out of the vehicles, your journey's already begun.
Yeah.
And just the people in this room tonight.
Yeah.
That's how they met.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
And they're all probably closer than maybe high school friends that they've had. All because of cancer. Yeah. Which is a strange thing to say.
It is. It's this strange.
The only reason I'm here, the only reason we come to Denver is because of cancer.
Yeah, it's the gift that we never asked for.
Yeah, you know, I tell people all the time, I truly consider cancer to be a blessing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's odd to say.
It is.
But it's taken me places. It's brought me people like you that
Yeah.
you know I never would have met or
Right.
came across.
Yeah.
And so there's a story all in itself.
It is. It absolutely is. So that was 3 years ago. You're still involved. How has your involvement kind of morphed over time?
Yeah, of course. So immediately after camp, I just felt the need. I had to give back. And,
Yeah.
and matter of fact, that first summer camp, Mama Lou called me up and said, "Do you want to be a volunteer?" I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
So, I've been volunteering ever since then. Joined the alumni team for a little while.
Yeah.
Was a part of the board for a little while. And then when Mama Lou retired, Wingman said, "Hey, crazy idea. You want to come help me run this show?" And so I was in a 16-year career as an athletic director.
Wow.
And had been praying and wondering what was next, because there's a lot of long days and long nights in the world of athletics.
Yep.
And thought, this is an opportunity I can't pass up. And so changed careers, came to work for Epic, and it's almost been 1 year.
Congratulations.
So far.
That's
Yeah.
And your title with Epic is what?
Director of Programs and Alumni Engagement.
Which means?
Which means, so I basically run all the programs, the
Yeah.
camps, the Thriving Togethers, all that kind of stuff, our in-person programs.
Yeah.
And then alumni engagement is, all these people in this room tonight,
Right, exactly.
making sure that they stick around with us and
Yeah.
continue to hang out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I've asked this of a few people. Our tagline is Beyond Cancer. So how have you learned to live beyond cancer, or what does that mean to you
Sure.
to live beyond?
Well, let me start by saying this, that, I never want to forget what I went through.
Yeah.
And so to live beyond cancer, I'm still grateful that, one, the research, the science, the medications,
Yeah.
the treatments, esophageal cancer is, it's a doozy one.
It is, it is.
And, for somebody to come up with that particular surgery to save somebody's life,
It's crazy.
when I see my oncologists and my surgeons, and I just hug them because
Yeah.
th- th- they save people, and they don't
Yeah.
get to see that part of it.
Yeah.
So to live beyond cancer, again, it's a healing process.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to continue on, but never forget
Yeah.
where
That's
you
a
came
good
from.
point. Yeah. If you were to sum up, if you can, one lesson you've learned from your own cancer journey, both, I'll give you options, both as your own, or even now that you've been volunteering and you've been involved, from
Sure.
watching other people kind of go through it, what's one takeaway that you would share with
Yeah,
us?
so I've mentored a few people
Yeah.
that have esophageal cancer. I think that's important too. But
Yeah.
the kind of the one theme that I see and that I tell people is trust in the process.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, between doctors' appointments and
Yeah.
the treatments and the surgeries, and there's a lot of different options out there. If you trust in the process, one, I think it helps you mentally of what you're
Yeah.
going through.
Yeah.
It gives you hope, which
Yep.
you need
Big time.
drastically. Yes, you need that hope to hold on to.
Yeah.
And so, you just have to trust in the process because, at least in my situation, and I see it with other people, when I was diagnosed, 2 weeks later, I was in my first chemo.
Wow,
So,
2 weeks.
Yeah, so I didn't really have time to register
No.
what was going on, and I was in radiation every day.
Wow.
I was in a doctor's appointment every other day.
Yeah.
I did countless blood work and scans, and so you're going through this whole journey,
Yeah.
and you really don't have time to reflect and,
No.
and to realize what you're doing. And so, for me, why I say that is I had to trust in the process. I had to trust in what the doctors were telling me. I had to trust in the treatment options and things that were there. They would always come to me with different options.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would you tell me whichever
Right.
one is going to get me through this?
Right.
And so, I put a lot of trust in people that
You have to.
I didn't even know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it worked. They saved me.
And here you are.
Here I am sitting today.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for Epic. I
Well,
appreciate
same
it.
to you.
Marshmallows over a campfire.
Yep.
Slow and steady.
Yep.
Flamin' crispy.
All right, well, we're going to get the score a little more even. I'm a Flamin' crispy
Oh,
guy.
wow. We have 3 Flamin'
Yes,
Crispies.
because
All right.
there's no time to wait. When you're
No, you
hungry
just
and you
gotta-
want it, you know, just go for it, right?
So what if it's charcoal?
Yeah, right.
I mean,
it's still a marshmallow.
It's still a marshmallow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do, and enjoy the gala.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, here we go.
Awesome.
So all of you who are listening, until the next time we gather around the campfire, keep living beyond cancer.